Welcome back to my channel. Last time, I posted the recap of Inside Out, and today I'm here with the recap of Inside Out 2. I hope you'll enjoy it, so let's get started. What if your emotions grew up with you? That's the big question Pixar answers in Inside Out 2. In this 10-minute recap, we'll follow Riley as she enters her teenage years, meets brand new emotions, and faces one of the biggest challenges of her life. Let's dive inside her mind. We start with Riley, now a teenager at 13. She's no longer the little girl from the first movie. She plays hockey, hangs out with her best friends, and is preparing for a big hockey camp that could change her future. Inside her mind, joy, sadness, anger, fear, and disgust still guide her everyday life. They are older, wiser, but still very much themselves, but something is about to change, because puberty arrives. And with puberty comes chaos. Riley wakes up one morning and suddenly, the console inside her mind is blinking red. A giant siren goes off, puberty alert. Her old emotions panic, not knowing what's happening. Suddenly, 4 new emotions burst into headquarters. Anxiety, full of nervous energy, always worrying about what could go wrong. Envy, who constantly compares Riley to others and makes her feel left out. Embarrassment, a big, shy figure who hides his face and hates attention. And ennui, also known as boredom, a moody teen who doesn't care about anything. At first, Joy and the old crew try to welcome them, but anxiety quickly takes charge. She believes that protecting Riley means preparing for every possible mistake. Riley goes to hockey camp, excited but also nervous. She wants to impress the older players and make the varsity team. Anxiety sees this as a huge opportunity and a huge danger. Inside Riley's mind, anxiety begins building worst-case scenarios. She constantly worries that Riley will embarrass herself, lose her friends, or be rejected. Meanwhile, Joy tries to keep Riley positive. She wants Riley to remember her happy memories and stay confident. But anxiety thinks Joy is being careless. Slowly, anxiety takes control of the console, pushing Joy and the others aside. This creates chaos in Riley's life. She becomes awkward around her friends, afraid of saying the wrong thing. She tries too hard to impress the older players, even ditching her old besties. She starts comparing herself to everyone, thanks to envy. And embarrassment makes her hyper-aware of every little mistake. One night, anxiety decides that Riley's old sense of self isn't good enough. She bottles up joy, sadness, anger, fear, and disgust, and locks them away, literally shoving the old emotions aside so she can protect Riley by controlling everything.
At hockey camp, things spiral out of control. Riley tries desperately to fit in with the older players, ignoring her true friends. Anxiety pushes her harder and harder, filling her head with doubts. If you don't impress them, you'll be nothing. If you mess up once, it's over. On the ice, Riley finally cracks under the pressure. Instead of playing naturally, she panics. Her worst fears come true. She embarrasses herself in front of the team. Inside her mind, the bottled-up old emotions escape and rush back to headquarters. They see the mess anxiety has caused. A massive battle begins between Joy and anxiety. Anxiety insists she's only trying to help, but Joy realizes the truth. Anxiety isn't evil. She's just scared. She loves Riley, but she's overwhelming her instead of... Finally, Riley's emotions come together. Joy, sadness, anger, fear, disgust, and all the new ones. Anxiety, envy, embarrassment, and ennui learn that Riley needs balance. Every emotion has a role. Anxiety helps Riley prepare for challenges. Joy gives her confidence. Sadness lets her process disappointment. Embarrassment teaches her humility. Even ennui shows her that sometimes it's okay to not care about every little thing. With balance restored, Riley apologizes to her friends and learns that being herself is enough. On the ice, she finds her rhythm again. Not because anxiety controls her, but because all her emotions work together. Riley matures, realizing that growing up means handling complicated feelings. Inside Out 2 isn't just about emotions, it's about growing up. It reminds us that anxiety, envy, and embarrassment aren't enemies. They're part of who we are. And when we accept every emotion, we can find balance in life. Thanks for watching this recap of Inside Out 2. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share it with your friends. Which new emotion do you relate to most? Anxiety, envy, embarrassment, or ennui? Let me know in the comments below.